talking everything insurance and final expense. Today, I wanted to jump on here and start our episode 3. Today, we're going to be talking about things that I've experienced out in the field and talking about my personal story and journey with one company that I've been with for over 5 years. And I've talked to a lot of agents, and I think when we get with one company and another agent gets with other companies, we seem to be in competition with each other. But I'm a big believer in that someone can be happy at one place in their life or one company, and that's okay, because there's all different types of insurance products out there, and maybe not one product is right for another person. But what has been so good for me and what's worked for me is that I've worked for a company that approves almost 98% of the people. So when I go to a house and they have some type of health condition or something going on, I don't have to be turn around. If they're not hospitalized or bedridden, I can able to write them and get them some form of insurance. One of the biggest things that's been beneficial for me working with this one company is, you have to have leads. I talked about that in the previous episodes. But another thing is that with this company, they finance the leads. So what does that mean? If you're not familiar with insurance or final expense, you don't really know what that means. So typically, a lot of companies, they want to get you into the business. They say, okay, here's your life insurance license. You passed the test. They appoint you with a company. And now they're asking for your 16-digit credit card, security number, and expiration date. And you don't really know what type of leads they are, minimal training. And you're putting anywhere from $500 to $1,200 down on a credit card in a business that you're unfamiliar with. And it had minimal training. So what we do with this company is we actually, we give you excellent training. We take you out in the field. We have training material that helps agents get started. But also the company finances the leads for us. So that might not sound like a big deal, but it is when you're a new agent and you come into this business and you may be broke or having difficulties in your life, and you're just not in a place to be putting in $1,000 investment into something right off the rip. So with this company that I work for the last 5 years, they actually help finance the leads for you, and then a portion of your commission goes back to pay for the leads. And I think I was just talking to a guy the other day that had multiple different carriers and companies, and I think sometimes people beat each other down in this business and they get real negative and they start just go out there and help people, have a good heart, be of service, and just try to help these people, because I don't understand what people get into about this. They think, well, if one company's $5 cheaper than the other one, you're selling relationships. You're selling your services that you offer to these people. And if you're a snake oil salesman and you not have a good heart in this business and are not out to help people, you're probably going to have a tough time. But if you go into a home and you're trying to help people and you have a good heart, you're going to do well in this business. But I think a lot of times people, they get into this and they think they have to have 5 or 6 different companies in order to be successful, and that's not the case. There is people out there that do have 10, 20 different insurance companies, and they may be very successful. But I'm just here to say that I've stuck with one company for 5 years and I'm really happy. I've had extreme success. It's been very fulfilling. I wouldn't change it for the world. And what I love about it is it's such a simple system. And what people have to get involved in the final expense business is get with a proven system and stick with it. A friend of mine, he used to say, get with one company and stick with it. Well, get with one proven system and stick with it. But you know what? Why I stick with one company instead of about 10 different companies is because, one, everybody needs final expense insurance, and two, it's so simple for the client. I'm in the house in 30 to 40 minutes, and out the door, and they don't have to wait a month, 2 months in an underwriting process in order to get insured or get denied. They approve them right on the spot, right when I'm in the home. And I think typically people get involved in having multiple different companies. Well, say if you go out here and you write insurance for one company and a person cancels the insurance, well, you have what's called a chargeback in the insurance business. Well, so if you have a $600 chargeback with one company and you're only writing 4 different companies, and you go into a home and that person may be so-called best suited for that company that you have a chargeback with, agents are not typically going to write that company that they have a chargeback with, because they're thinking with what we call commission breath. They're thinking which company is going to pay me the most. So we've went from the thought process of, oh, we're helping more people by fitting them in the right insurance. Now you're thinking, the agent's thinking, well, what's helping me make the most money? And so when you have one company, and I love this company that I'm with because it balances out everything. They've been in the business for 55 years. They've seen what works, what don't. And if they thought that something could work, they would probably already implemented it. But they haven't, because they found the system that works. That's why they're the #1 final expense company in the world. So they level everything out for us. They take a portion of our commissions. They goes to pay down the lead balance so we don't keep much lead debt. The chargebacks portion of the commission goes to pays the chargebacks down, so our chargebacks stay low. And another argument that people make, they say, well, I got in the insurance business and I was wanting to make $2,000-$3,000 advances off of some insurance. Well, guess what? If you go in there and somebody cancels or lapses or something like that, and you have a $2,000 or $3,000 chargeback that you owe the insurance company, not only are you liable for the chargeback, but your upline or the management is also liable. So you come into here and a company is going to put their neck out on the line and advance you all this money, and then you take off to another company 2-3 months down the road and somebody's stuck with the bill. So the company I work with, they keep everything good and leveled, man. They keep you making money day after day, because, you know, everybody I see on the internet arguing about this company or that company, I tell you what, when I got out of college, I mean, it was just such a blessing that was just like, hey, you know, there's 20, 30 leads in your area. If you go and see these people and help them and write their insurance, that you can make anywhere from $300 to $500 a day. I mean, there was no questions asked. There wasn't no complaining about this or that. I was just tickled to death to be able to go and make that kind of money, because I had seen what, you know, working a job and an hourly wage and how difficult that was, and punching the clock at 7 a.m. And to go out here and have the opportunity to make $300 to $500 or even more a day, and by helping people and cultivating relationships each and every day. So I was jumping on here to say, don't worry about price. Sell relationships, sell service to people. If you start thinking in a service mind to helping people each and every day, the stress and the weight will be lifted off of what the pressure that you have every day. Because you can either be going out there and thinking about making money, or you can go out there and think about helping people. And that's what I do. In 5 years in this business, every day I get up and I ask God, I say, well, just help me to help 1 or 2 people today. And usually it leads me to some of the most wonderful people out there. So just for this episode, I wanted to jump on there and make a couple points about what I believe. Not everybody's going to believe what I believe, but that's okay. But I'm grateful to be with one company. I stuck with one company, and through the ups and downs of this business, I've stuck with it. And I've had success with it, and I've been truly blessed, and I'm happy to be with just one company. Thank you all, and have a great day.
My life, oh, my life.